Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Influencer Interviews and Insights with Rooster Hat and Takes. My name is Matt. I'm here with Jason and Cam. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, Matt. How's it going down in Florida?
It's going, man. Hot. We got a little tropical storm coming our way. It looks like potentially just bringing some rain. Nothing bad. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's
kids,
going good.
kids getting ready to go back to school.
They are. We have open houses next week, and they are heading back, man. So
Yeah,
I'm not disappointed. I'll tell you that much.
no, I feel you. Same here. I think our open house is next week as well. But yeah, it's going good. Staying on the grind. That's all you can do.
Yep.
What's
Cam,
up,
what's
Cam?
new? What's new over on your side of the ocean over there?
Yeah, it's been decent to be fair. It's about 24 degrees, but the UK is in a bit of a mess right now. I'm not sure if it's been highlighted in your media, but honestly, the country is in a real mess. There's been riots and everything. I don't want to get
Oh,
too much into that because it's very political. But looking
right.
forward to SummerSlam, take our minds off it.
Hey, what sounds like America every day lately. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the
so
whole
not,
world's a little upside
yeah, I
down,
think it is.
left and right.
yeah,
Yeah.
the world is for sure. So, well, guys, we talked a little bit before. We're going to do things a little bit different today. We're not going to have a guest today. We're going to do some predictions for SummerSlam because, to be honest with you, I think this card is massive, and I think you guys could agree with that. Like, this is a huge card. That's not a WrestleMania type card, right? So, it should be a great event. So, we're going to just talk about a few of the matches. You guys can give some of your expertise on it, right? And then we can sort of make our predictions and we'll go from there. So let's talk about the first match. We'll talk about Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Cam, we'll start with you. What do you think, man?
I think Bron Breakker will win this one. I mean, a lot of people were complaining when Sammy beat Bron clean at Money in the Bank. I think Sammy winning was the right choice in his hometown, but I do agree maybe should have been by disqualification or roll up or something to make Bron Breakker still look strong. But there has been rumors that Netflix, when Raw goes to there, that they want Bron Breakker to be a huge part of their show because he is
Mm.
looking like he's going to be a huge star. So I think him going into the Netflix on Raw in January as the IC champion would be quite fitting.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Although I want my honorary Oos to win,
Right.
um, I think they got to give the belt to Braun. He's
Yeah.
such a powerhouse and what he brings to the table. And like you said, move it into Netflix. I mean, that's they gave Sammy the win over on
Yeah.
his own hometown, and then now it's time to pass that torch per se.
Yeah.
And and I think I don't want it to be a squash match, but I think it might be. I think Brian might just go out there and just totally decimate him.
Yeah.
It
It could be
could
a
be.
quick one.
Yeah.
I think it could be. I think Breaker finally breaks through, right? And he wins, takes the championship. So I'm in agreement with you guys. I think Braun, it's his time. And I hope WWE utilizes him well. He is a special type of talent. So I hope they do utilize him moving forward. But I think that's a clean sweep for Braun Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I think so.
All right, let's talk about the United States Championship. Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Jay, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Um, it is Logan Paul's hometown, but
Mm,
they got to give it to LA Knight. They have
yeah,
pushed him, and he's been one of the top performers in the past year. His merchandise is one of the top sellers, um, and he's due. And what a better way to do it to beat Logan in his own hometown. Um, Logan's great. I mean, he's far exceeded my expectations
yeah.
of him being a wrestler and
He is
performer.
so athletic,
He
so
he's
athletic.
he's so good. But
Hmm.
I think it's the right time to give LA Knight the belt, and to do it in Logan's hometown. I think that's a good move to do, actually.
All right, Cam, what do you think?
Again, I've got to agree. I mean,
Mm,
Logan Paul, I agree, he's very good, but he's only defended the US title twice, and he's had it since about November, which isn't great. And another reason why I think he might lose is because he has got a kid on the way. So I think he might want to take a few months off to maybe, see his kid grow up a little bit. So I think it's a good time to let LA Knight run with the belt. I think it's overdue. I think LA Knight's deserved some sort of championship for the past year.
Yeah. Yeah, hard to argue that. I'm going to go the other way. I think Logan Paul hangs onto it for a little bit longer to tease everybody a little bit more to get LA Knight out there. But I just want to. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say that he's going to hang on to it in his hometown. Jason, you think he's going to lose it at his hometown, and maybe that causes a little bit of an uproar. I think he's going to hold on to it for a little bit longer. But I do agree he needs to defend it more, right? Like if you're truly going to be a star, you need to be out there more than what he has been. So I'm going to go with Paul holding on to it. So I'm going to step outside the box a little bit. What's up, Hats?
Okay, here's thinking outside the box. His brother Jake just finished his fight. So going into Netflix, do they have Jake Paul cost Logan Paul the belt, and then they set up something for, say, WrestleMania, Jake Paul versus Logan Paul?
That would be crazy.
That's a main eventer, right? Holy crap. Could you imagine?
I know, right?
Something to think
Instead
about
of them
going
working
forward.
together, they go against each other because everyone's always wanted Jake Paul versus Logan Paul, and this is the way to do it is through wrestling.
I think if we're going to see that, it's more likely to be a boxing match. But why not do it in the allow WWE to run with it a bit? Because we saw Shayna and Ronda do that like MMA style match last year's SummerSlam. I was watching Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, and he said that when Mike Tyson pulled out of the Jake Paul fight, he did offer to like come in and replace Mike Tyson. So that is taking place on Netflix, I think, in November. What if Tyson pulls out again, and why not Netflix on Raw? Netflix has a boxing. They could maybe merge the two for a little storyline into the boxing.
Could be.
I'm telling you.
Right? That's not, you know what? I like the thought process, Jay. Not bad. All right, let's go to the WWE Women's Championship. Let's go Bayley versus Nia Jax. Cam, what do you got?
I've got Nia Jax for this one. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I'm not really care either way. I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of Bayley, which is very unpopular, but I think my opinion's been vindicated because this reign, in my opinion, has been very, very boring. I don't think it's been memorable at all. I mean, she defended against Tiffany and Naomi. That's all I can really remember. I mean, Tiffany Stratton could cash in the briefcase. I don't think it will happen because last year Io Sky did it at SummerSlam, so I think they want it to happen at a different event. But I do think Bayley will walk out as the champion. I mean, no, sorry, Nia Jax.
Nia, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Jason?
I'll have to disagree with you right there. I think Tiffany Stratton walks out as a champion. She turns on Nia Jax, beats Bayley, and then Tiffany cashes it in, turns on Nia Jax, and then that sets up that feud because they already started little. What are you doing when she went to try to cash it in? Nia came out and got pretty pissed off. I think Tiffany Stratton walks out as champion. She cashes it in on Nia, and then that whole feud starts up, and it carries over to WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble, one of the two.
Yeah. We have had some teasers like that, Jason, on some of the shows. So there's that possibility. I mean, Nia, I just don't like her as a wrestler, to be honest. She's slow. It's boring. It's like, to me, it's not entertaining. So I want Bayley to win. So I'm going to pick Bayley, Jason. But I don't think your prediction is too far off. I could absolutely see Tippy walking out with the championship after cashing in, but I'm just not a fan of Nia. I mean, it's the same old thing every time she gets in the ring. That she gets hit, and it's just boring to me. Like, it's not fun. Like, but hopefully it's an entertaining match because the people deserve it. But it's interesting. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to go with Bayley retaining it over Nia. But Jason, I love your prediction. All right, probably one of my most anticipated matches of the night, and I'm looking forward to this one more than any. Is the women's world champion Liv versus Rhea. Um, Jason, I'll let you tackle this first. What do you think is going to go on here?
I think Liv Morgan beats Rhea Ripley because Dom turns on Rhea Ripley. If you noticed, when Liv destroyed the clubhouse, everybody's face was messed up or whatnot, except for Finn Balor. I think that Finn Balor has got something to do with it, but I think Dominic turns on Rhea and costs her the belt. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I think Rhea's going to lose because of Dom, and then Finn's gonna have something to do with it as well. I can't figure out how to put the pieces together with it, but it's going to be a mess, and I think Liv retains.
Okay, what do you got? Takes? What's your take?
I agree to an extent. I agree that Liv Morgan will win thanks to Dom. I just can't figure out whether Dom will do it on purpose or accidental. Dom might accidentally come in, try and help Rhea, and accidentally cost her by disqualification, say, or something. But yeah, I do agree, Jason. I think if they had Rhea beat Liv Morgan, it would be an acceptance that Liv's reign hasn't been great, and I think she deserves a little bit longer as the women's world champion. And yeah, I think Liv does beat Rhea Ripley.
Yep. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to this match just because of the whole Dirty Dom thing going on in the middle. That's been, in my opinion, one of the most entertaining parts of Raw, other than obviously the Wyatt stick. That's been nasty. But I'm going with Liv too. I think she retains, and because of something Dom does, and I think it could be either way. I think it could be by accident, takes, like you said, or it could be intentional. So, but Dom is going to obviously play a role in her losing, and which is, I think it could be just a big piece of the Judgment Day, just saying bye-bye, right? So, I got Liv. I want to see more of her as the champion. I love Rhea. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Rhea fan, but I think Liv is going to take this one at SummerSlam. So,
yeah.
All right, let's move on to CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth freaking Rollins as a special guest referee. Cam, we'll start here. What do you think?
This is the one I'm most looking forward to, other than we'll get to in the main event. Something happened after the main event. But I mean, the obvious thing would be for Seth to cost Punk, because I know on Raw Seth said that he hated them both, but I think we all know he hates Punk just that bit more. I think it'll go the other way. I think CM Punk will win by Seth doing something. I think Seth may, again, accidentally or on purpose, cost Drew McIntyre. I think with it being Punk's first match in over 10 years, you can't really have him lose. But at the same time, can you have Drew McIntyre lose? Because CM Punk's been costing him left, right, and centre. I mean, either way, I don't think it matters, because I don't think this is the end of it. I think we'll have a bigger match at, say, Bad Blood, or maybe even if this goes to WrestleMania. But I do think Punk makes it 1-0 in the first match of this feud.
Yeah. Hatfield, what do you think? What do you think, Hats?
It's a tough one. I think, like Cam said, I can't see them having CM Punk lose his first match back. But Drew McIntyre, if he loses, I think he might just really go crazy.
He might have a mental break. Yes. Yeah.
I don't think it would be good for anybody if Drew McIntyre loses. But I can see Seth Rollins screwing them both and laying them both out and not counting, or doing like a double DQ, or somehow screwing them both out of the win. And it keeps playing over to Bad Blood. Then there's a triple threat match.
Triple threat. I was just going to say triple threat.
Which is weird is that if you look at the card, all the matches, there's no like no DQ match or a cage match or any specialty match. It's all just straight up and down. Um, so I think they're gonna do something where Seth costs both of them somehow, and then that leads over into Bad Blood, and maybe we get like a Hell in a Cell triple threat Hell in a Cell match. But if there is a winner, I would have to say Punk.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. I think CM Punk wins. I think Drew deserves it, right? With everything that he's been through, I think he deserves to win this. But now that they're both healthy, I think this could just extend that feud even further. And then Jason, with what you're saying, with Seth, I think it could now we have that triple threat action going on. Now you have those three just butting heads, and I think that's going to make for good entertainment for the show. So I'm going to go with CM Punk as well, but I think Drew deserves it just after everything he's been through and as many times as he's been screwed over. Good Lord. He's got to be sore, right? But and again, stay away from him if he does lose. Like, good grief, he's going to be like, he's already a lunatic, right? I can only imagine how he's going to act if he loses that match. So, all right, let's move on to this slobber knocker. I think it's just going to be an absolute just punishment of a match with the World Heavyweight Championship with Damian Priest and Gunther. Jason, who do you got winning this one?
I got Gunther. Gonna slap the hell out of Damian Priest until until he is purple. I know he wears purple, but he is gonna be purple.
You got to match his clothing, huh?
But yeah, Gunther, they've pushed him for the last year and a half. He's unstoppable, and with the Judgment Day, maybe this is where Finn comes in, and messes it up. But I can't see them letting Gunther lose. Damian has been, he's been a pretty good champ. He has some good matches, but it's time to pass the torch to Gunther, and I think it's going to be a boring match. Actually, it's going to be a lot of slaps, a lot of Ric Flair chops.
Yeah,
but in the end, woo! But in the end, I think Gunther's going to win it.
Cam, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really looking forward to this match. I'm not a fan of either. I think the right choice is for Finn Balor to dethrone Priest, but I do think Gunther will. I mean, what I would do personally, I would have Giovanni Vinci come back because he hasn't been seen since he got kicked out of Imperium. Have him cost Gunther, and then Finn go on to dethrone Priest in the near future. But my official prediction is for Gunther to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I just think it's just going to be a knockdown fight, right? Just an old-fashioned beat the crap out of each other type fight. Not going to get too much other action than that, right? But I got Gunther winning this. It is his time, I think, as well to step in. He's been they've been pushing him to the top, and I think his time is now. So
hopefully there's no bad kickouts this time.
Yeah.
or getting trapped in the ropes, whatever, right? Like,
yeah, let's try to stay away from that one.
Goodness gracious. No botches, please.
Yeah, none.
All right. Let's go for the undisputed WWE champion. We got Cody versus Solo. All right. I know there's probably going to be a lot of assumptions and opinions and predictions on this. So I don't know who went. Like, Cam, we'll start with you. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I think the obvious choice is to say that Cody will win, which I do think he will. The thing that would be the most disappointing is if Cody wins thanks to Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. No one wants to see Randy Orton and Kevin Owens coming in. We've seen that on SmackDown
Not anymore.
6, 7, 8 times. It has to be Jimmy Uso first, then you know who, the Tribal Chief Paul Heyman, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns alongside Paul Heyman. So you're getting 3 returns in one night coming to help Cody Rhodes the return against Solo Sikoa.
Cody retain. Okay. All right.
I'm going with Cody to retain it. They're just not going to take the belt off him that quick. I know it's a good storyline, but Solo's not the person to take the belt off Cody.
Yeah.
At all. What's Solo's? When was Solo's last win? Yeah.
When he beat John Cena, was it at Crown Jewel? I can't remember one since.
But I'm excited and I hope to see our tribal chief return with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman's gonna look amazing. He's not gonna look all disheveled. he's gonna look like the wise man.
Clean shaved, looking good.
Right.
Not,
lost about 20 pounds.
Eyes not bloodshot red.
But I'm very interested in, if they bring back Roman, how he's going to interact with the bloodline. What are the other bloodline members? How are they going to react to Roman? That's what I'm interested in, is how Jacob, if he sees Roman, how is he going? Where is he going to stand?
Where's his alliance going to be?
Where's his alliance? And then also with Hikuleo, I know they have signed him. Does he show up? Do we get a returning Jimmy? I think it's more stuff happening other than the match itself.
Yeah, it's gonna be bigger than the. I think the bloodline and everything what's happening within the bloodline, it's gonna be bigger than the actual match. I think Cody walks out as the champion.
Yep.
But as that happens, I think it's a distraction from Roman and the wise man that makes that happen, and Cody just sort of slips out and isn't really noticed as much as this feud and the alliances start to take place within the bloodline happens. Cody deserves to obviously hang on longer and be the champ for a little bit longer, but I think it's going to be overshadowed by the real tribal chief coming back and taking his spot at the table with the wise men looking sharp.
I mean, what I would say, I've not heard anyone say this. I mean, Roman Reigns has no reason to help Cody Rhodes. I don't think he's on friendly terms with him after he beat him for his belt. Someone who does have reason to help Cody, Brock Lesnar. The last time we saw him a year ago, he raised Cody's hand. That was the last thing we saw from Brock Lesnar when he got beat by Cody at SummerSlam, raising his hand. We haven't seen Brock in a year. He is Mr. SummerSlam. He's probably, when you think of SummerSlam, you think Brock Lesnar.
Right.
Could he come back to set up a feud against Solo or Jacob Fatu? Because that would be very entertaining. I don't think it will happen, but it would be a nice swerve.
That would be awesome. That would be sweet to see. If you're listening out there, that would be a fun little curveball to throw out there, at least down the road, maybe. Yeah. So I think we all think Cody retains the championship, and obviously, I don't think Roman helps Cody. I think he more distracts Solo. In the process because of just what's going to be happening around the ring with the bloodline. And then if Jimmy does come back, then you got Jimmy Roman on the side. So there could be some craziness happening. So, guys, great predictions, good insight on all of it. Right. And we're only 2 days away. So actually by the time this airs, it will be a day away. So, very excited for SummerSlam. Definitely will be watching. Cam, you gonna be streaming late?
Yes, beginning 11:30 UK time, so 6:30 Eastern on Twitch.
All right, on your Twitch channel? What is your Twitch? Let everybody know. You can find it on your Connect link, but
it's on my Connect link. It's twitch.tv/wrestling_takes_. But as Matt said, it's on my Connect link. All the clips will be on my TikTok also, same username.
Wonderful. And then support all of our other content creators who are part of the Next Level app and all things wrestling. Still a lot of good things happening and going on there. I do want to give a little shout out to The Block. They're officially relaunching this week. So good luck to it pains me to say, but it's at the part of Next Levels, but good luck to The Block. I really hope for a lot of success on that end and relaunching their program, but All Things Wrestling still has a lot of great things going. We're making some great progress with some wrestling promotions. We're bringing on a couple new ones. So be looking forward to that on the Next Level app. Guys, it's always a pleasure. This is great talk we had today. Good predictions. And when we meet next week, we'll be able to talk about our predictions. I think I was the only one that went off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took
you
Logan.
picked Logan.
I took Logan. So I'm going to be walking out the champ next week. So, but guys, thanks again. Everybody, thanks for joining us on Influencer Interviews and Insights. We'll be seeing you guys next week. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Yep.
Bye. See ya.
See you guys.
See ya.